all across the country and all across the state and all across the city and all across this room, people care about our family and all of our families, and it's really, really an awesome, awesome day.
We are following a major developing story tonight, the latest on the same-sex marriage debate. This afternoon, a federal court of appeals ruled the state's ban on gay marriage was unconstitutional. While supporters of same-sex marriage consider this a victory, there is still a stay in place and will likely have to wait for a ruling from the United States Supreme Court to close the case. One of the many places celebrating the ruling was the ACLU office. The same-sex couples suing the state of Indiana said they weren't surprised by the decision, but they didn't quite expect it this quickly. Our TV6 reporter Drew Smith joins us live downtown with more. Drew?
Well, Erica, late this afternoon, the plaintiffs got a two-word email from the ACLU. It said, "We won." So today, they had a victory party.
This is a very good day.
ACLU attorney Ken Falk.
We are very, very happy. We are also under no illusion, however, that this is the end of the road.
A challenge in the U.S. Supreme Court is likely, but for these same-sex couples, one more day in court is expected.
I'm anxious for it to move forward. I don't think that anybody could ask for it to move any further, or any faster than it has, but I think that with each decision, as a couple, my marriage feels more cemented.
It was the decision they hoped for, and it came sooner than expected. C.J. Valero and Greg Hasty are one of the many couples married in Indiana in June.
Every time we have these decisions, it adds a little bit more joy to the day that we had together.
Pam Lee is a 20-year veteran IMPD officer. She feels vindicated.
And I just really think that it has taken people getting to know, people coming out of the closet, so to speak, so that people see, oh, she is or he is. I didn't know that. Well, I really like them.
Stephen Stolen and Rob McPherson have been together for 28 years. They married in 2008 in California. They have a 16-year-old daughter. They've raised her from infancy. They called the ruling today a victory for all families.
I mean, we've been together a long time, and so for us, it's another validation, and it's just another moment where we know people are listening and people are paying attention to our family and our child and our life together, and how it's really so much like everybody else's life.
And the plaintiff said if this case does go to the Supreme Court, they can't wait. Reporting live downtown, Drew Smith, RTV6.
Let's dig deeper into that ruling itself. It's full of scathing comments for the state of Indiana and the reasoning behind the same-sex marriage ban, going so far as to say it can't be taken seriously.
The benefits that you're talking about are not triggered based on sexuality. They're based, of course, on marital status, which is...
Like, come on now, you're going in circles.
The rough tone of the judge's questions carried over into the ruling, a stark rebuke of Indiana's gay marriage ban. Judge Richard Posner writing, "The governments of Indiana and Wisconsin have given us no reason to think they have a reasonable basis for forbidding same-sex marriage. The discrimination against same-sex couples is irrational and therefore unconstitutional." The court said the cases are about more than discrimination, but about the welfare of American children, including those adopted by same-sex couples. The state should want homosexual couples who adopt children as, to repeat, they are permitted to do, to be married, if it is serious in arguing that the only governmental interest in marriage derives from the problem of accidental births. We doubt that it is serious. Another key contention, that Indiana's law is designed to cut down on unwanted pregnancies out of wedlock.
I think the issue here is to deal with what may be a fleeting moment of passion that leads to a child that nobody contemplated. And how do we deal with that? And the idea with marriage is to channel that behavior into a specific institution.
You criminalize fornication.
I'm sorry, what?
You criminalize fornication.
No, no longer.
Would you like to?
I don't know. It's not an issue here. The legislature hasn't done that for some time.
It sounds like a way of dealing with this unintended child problem.
And the court writes heterosexuals get drunk and pregnant, producing unwanted children. Their reward is to be allowed to marry. Homosexual couples do not produce unwanted children. Their reward is to be denied the right to marry. Go figure.
While many see today's ruling as a victory, there are still plenty of steps before same-sex marriage can become legal in the state. But that didn't stop this couple from rushing to City Hall as soon as they heard the news. Katie Burris and Evangeline Cook say they were hoping to tie the knot before a stay was issued. But the county clerk had to turn them down, saying the stay order was still in effect.
We actually were out of town when they first legalized it, and we were really disappointed the day we came back. It had been appealed, and so we've been basically, well, at least I've been checking my phone every day, seeing if there's been, the appeal had been overturned, and then it was.
And so how do you feel today?
Really excited. I came from Hawaii, where it's already legal, and it doesn't make any sense for it not to be legal here.
And once again, the couple left without a marriage license, but they told us that while they're disappointed, they believe the law is on their side and that they and other gay couples will be able to marry soon. Well, looking ahead to what's next in this legal battle, we have learned the losing sides from both Indiana and Wisconsin can ask the full 10-member appellate court to review the decision, or they can appeal directly to the U.S. Supreme Court. In the coming months, the Supreme Court is expected to take up one or more of the growing number of other cases on gay marriage from across the country. We're going to continue to follow this developing story. For the latest developments tonight, you can head online to theindychannel.com, and we'll have breaking news alerts sent straight to your smartphone through the RTV6 app.